Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, however you can get up with me, man. Just hit me up with the community post. You already know the vibes, man. And it's been a rough couple days in the world of wrestling. We've had our official releases. The mass releases have been announced these past couple of days. The most recent one happened right before Smackdown with Matt Riddle. We also had Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Mustafa Ali, Dana Brooke, Emma, Madcap Moss, and many others. And yeah, man, it's going to be a very interesting 30 to 90 days in the world of wrestling as far as who goes where, as far as, you know what I'm saying, if Impact signs somebody, or if AEW signs somebody, or they just go to New Japan, whatever, man. But best of luck to all the release superstars. It's rough, but yeah. But it's Friday, you know what that means. We got a fresh episode of Smackdown for you, and it kicks off with the greatest of all time, John Cena. He makes his way out to the ring. He's talking. He said he's tired of being a referee or being the backstage interviewer or being this and that. He said he wants to wrestle. That's what he came back for. That's what he came back to do. He wants to wrestle, and he's a little upset. He's pissed off. The Bloodline's been sticking their nose in John Cena's business, and he's itching for a fight. He wants to wrestle. And he said there's no better person he wants to tag up with than the phenomenal AJ Styles. So AJ Styles comes out and says, listen, boy, if you want some, come get some. So now we have Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa come out, and it looks like they're about to do something, and they don't do anything. They just leave. They go to the back. They said, not tonight, not right now. So yeah, man, so throughout the night, this is like the big storyline. You have John Cena and AJ Styles talking to Adam Pearce saying, look, we want a tag team match with the Bloodline tonight. And Adam Pearce, he's like the worst boss ever, because like, he can make the match official. All he has to do is just say it's official. That's his catchphrase. But he's like, oh nah, because I gotta do with Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, and it's tough and blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, you suck as a boss. You're like the worst boss ever. So after this, we get our first match. It's between the LWO. It's between the Street Profits with Bobby and Lashley, and this was a dope match. And throughout the night on commentary, they kind of, you know, talk about how the Street Profits put the beat down on the LWO last week, and they're trying to say that, you know, Bobby Lashley trying to get a mean streak out of the Street Profits, and that kind of showed off because there was one part at the end of the match where Bobby Lashley, he hit the Uranagi on Rey Mysterio on the ring apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but he hit him on the hardest part of the ring, and he threw him back in the ring, and he's like, Angelo Dawkins, go do something, yo, finish him off. And Angelo Dawkins kind of hesitated, and this led to the surprise roll up for Rey Mysterio. And Bobby Lashley didn't look too impressed. He didn't look too happy about it. He looked frustrated. He just flat out just left and walked out on the Street Profits. And then later in the night, you saw the Street Profits trying to talk to Bobby Lashley. He's like, listen, I thought you guys were killers. I thought you guys were ready to do whatever it takes. But if you're not, man, just leave. Just leave me alone. Just give me the suits back. Give me the watches back. Give me all the nice clothes. So at first, I was kind of frustrated because I'm like, oh, man, are they about to ruin the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley already? But I kind of see what they're going for. They're going for the fact that, you know, it's like a character change for the Street Profits because they're like the party guys, like they have fun. But with this could be like this could lead to, you know, a more serious side of the Street Profits, a more vicious side of the Street Profits. Or, you know, I could be absolutely wrong and they just screw this up. But I'm hoping for the former instead of the latter. So after this, we got a recap of the return of The Rock, which got millions and millions of views across all social media. They're all proud. They're touting how great it is to have The Rock back and blah, blah, blah. And after this, Austin Theory comes out and he's yelling at Michael Cole. He pretty much feels embarrassed because, you know, The Rock put the beat down to him. He put like the smackdown on him. He hit him with the people's elbow. And he's yelling at Michael Cole. So he's like, yo. And Michael Cole's like, what are you saying? Fuck me for? But yeah, man, this leads to the Brawling Brutes challenging Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to a tag team match later in the night. So, good for them. But before we get to this, we got a video package of a team that I've been missing for the longest time, ever since they lost the NXT Women's Tag Team title. We haven't seen these women. They appear to have disappeared off the face of the earth, but they are indeed back. I'm talking Island Dawn. I'm talking Alba Fire. And they're pretty much saying that, the reason that all these bad things are happening to these women's tag teams that hold the tag team championships is because they're cursed. They're like legit cursed. They're like, these titles are really cursed. But we have a reason as to why they're cursed. It's because Island Dawn and Alba Fire put the curse on them. So it was like, okay, that makes sense. They're kind of pointing out on the fact that people are really saying that these titles are like dead ass cursed, right? But they're playing it up to that. They're making it part of the storyline. So good for them. And this leads us to the tag team match that I was talking about earlier between A-Town Down Under taking on the Brawling Brutes. And I actually like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller as a tag team. I know people aren't really too high on Austin Theory. I actually like the guy, and I like him even more with Grayson Waller. I actually wouldn't mind seeing them get a run with the tag team titles, That might be thinking a little too far in advance, but, don't be surprised if you actually see these men get a run, because you know how much WWE loves giving opportunities to throw together tag teams, and that's exactly what they are. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller ended up getting the win. Butch, he's been killing it on NXT and on SmackDown, so good for him. Also, where is Sheamus? Where's he been? I haven't seen him in a while. Where's Sheamus at? So we got the dream match, the match that people have been waiting for, the match that, people have been waiting years for, a longest time for. We got Asuka versus Iyo Sky. And of course, people were already nervous because like, man, we already know how this match is going to end. It's going to end due to shenanigans. Charlotte Flair is going to interfere. And that kind of happened, but not the way that we expected. They actually got time. Like, Asuka and Iyo Sky got time. They wrestled for like a good 10, 15, 20 minutes. And it was dope, man. They were killing it. There were moonsaults and kicks and all types of shenanigans going on. And you already know if the women's title is involved, Charlotte Flair is not too far behind. She was on commentary for the match. And this match was really good. It was a really good match. It was the match of the night. And then, Charlotte and Bayley fought. But as this was happening, Iyo Sky hit the moonsault on Asuka. And more or less, she got a clean-ish win, even though Bayley interfered. It was still a clean win, more or less. And then they announced that next week it's going to be Charlotte versus Bayley. Also, next week you're going to have on the Grayson Waller effect, you're going to have Bob Lashley on the Grayson Waller effect. And then on top of all that, you have Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar for the United States Championship. So next week's SmackDown looks like it's going to be a lit show. Looks like it's going to be a pretty fun show. But we got to finish talking about this week's episode of SmackDown. And we got a real entertaining vignette from Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. The Yes Boys are back. I guess SmackDown or WWE saw the Next Strong vignettes going on with Roderick Strong and said, hey, let us get involved in this. And you saw, I can't remember which one is which. I can't remember if it's Elton Prince or Kit Wilson. Anyway, they're showing Pretty Deadly working out. And they have a physical therapist saying that, look, he's doing all this for no reason. He's gonna be fine. He just has a separated shoulder, but you see, bro, using a shake weight, he's running on the treadmill, he's fucking up and whatever. And it was just an entertaining segment. So I can't wait to see Pretty Deadly back in full force, back healthy, back at 100% with her shenanigans. I miss them dearly. My favorite tag team right now, one of my favorite tag teams in Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. So now we have the main event stuff going on. We have more Bloodline shenanigans going on. Before the contract signing happened, you had a backstage segment with the Bloodline. And Jimmy looks like he's back with the Bloodline. I'm starting to see more and more exactly what Jimmy's going for with his heel character. And this is the episode that really turned me around as to what he has going on. Because Jimmy more or less feels like he's the tribal chief. He like Roman's not here, so it's like, man, I'm Big Jim Uso, I'm stepping up. And you have Paul Heyman just stressed out. He's constantly on the phone with Roman Reigns. I know Roman is tired of hearing from Paul Heyman. So this leads us to the main event segment. It's the contract signing. You have John Cena come back out. He signs his part of the contract. And it's supposed to be a tag team match between John Cena and AJ Styles versus the Bloodline. But AJ Styles, I don't think he's going to make it, because you cut to the back and you see Jimmy Uso beating up AJ. And then out of nowhere, like Solo Sikoa, he jumps off the top of a of a balcony or whatever on AJ, who's laying on some boxes. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And there's pyro going off. I'm like, why do you have pyro? And for the backstage, I can see if this was in the ring, but this is backstage. You don't need all that pyro, man. But yeah, so it's not looking good for old AJ. He's being taken away to a local medical facility. And then you have the Bloodline come out. And Jimmy, he's continuing to be the unofficial tribal chief. Like, he's taking the microphone away from Paul Heyman. He's saying, yeah, that's right, John. If you knew what's best for you, you would hop in that local medical facility vehicle along with AJ Styles. You would drive as far away as you could. But you have John Cena come out. He wants a piece of everybody. He's trying to fight Jimmy Uso. He's trying to fight Solo. But it's too much. The number of games is too much for John Cena. The Bloodline ends up putting the beat down on John Cena. And that's more or less how SmackDown ends. And I'm thinking, man, surely somebody has to come out and save John Cena, right? Because, it's not AJ. He's pretty much dead. So you figured it would be LA Knight, who the streets are saying he was supposed to have a main event segment or be a part of the main event segment. But his segment got cut for whatever reason. So I don't know what's going on with LA Knight, but it is what it is. But as far as this episode of SmackDown goes, it was fun. You got the Bloodline shenanigans. You got the great match between Iyo Sky and Asuka. You have whatever's going on with the Hurt Business. No, not the Hurt Business, but the Street Profits. And I was surprised that we didn't see the Judgment Day on this episode. But, it is what it is. With that being said, I give this episode of SmackDown an honorary W. Guys, let me know what you guys think about this episode of SmackDown in the comment section below. Also, let me know your thoughts on the releases. Let me know who you think is going to end up where, man. Let me know. Like I say all the time, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.